Welcome to Palchinko Plaza.
I'm one of the pals. This is very cute.
A cozy, totally normal,
oh no.
and wholesome game. Relax, play with your pals, and enjoy your stay.
God damn it. God damn it. I don't like doing that to them.
Bro, so I was just doom scrolling on YouTube, brain rot maxing, and I saw a Sea-Dog clip with Game Jam in the title, right? I clicked on it, and it was Connor announcing that he's hosting a Game Jam in 2 days. And I was like, it'd be cool to participate, but it'd probably be better for me to just work on my next Steam release. But then, holy shit, there's a $10,000 prize pool. Come on, Steam release. Change of plans. I'm calling up the boys right now. I'm gonna get a piece of that $10,000. I'm assembling the sweatiest cunts I've ever met in my game dev career. What better team for the task than a team that has already won a Game Jam? The boys have responded. The moment I said 10,000, they swarmed to the Discord like a flock of ravenous, degenerate Reddit mods at the first sight of a female. Nevertheless, the boys are now ready to run it back. And so, this is the mission. We have 4 days to make the biggest banger of a game we can. After the games are submitted, they'll be played and rated by the community. The top 20 games get played by Connor on his stream, and he'll choose his top 5 to get the money. And the theme we have to base our game on is pals. With that out of the way, let's get this bread, gamers. The first thing we have to do is figure out what kind of game we're gonna make. We quickly made a list of ideas, and here they are. The idea we went for, and I cannot for the life of me tell you how we got this idea, but basically the idea revolves around playing pachinko with your pals. Except there's a twist. When I say play with your pals, they're the balls. And when I say pachinko, I mean a death murdery meat grinder. So the idea is that you have this city where the pals play, walk around and eat and stuff like that. And then, to earn money, you have to sacrifice one of the pals to the pachinko machine so that the city can be sustained. The gameplay is more sandboxy, so you can set your own goals. You could try to get as much money as you can, or create a really big city for your pals, or maybe just go on a sadistic murder spree. It's really up to you. This is an idea that is pretty far outside our comfort zones. And, is it wise to make a type of game that you aren't super well versed in an event with a $10,000 prize pool? I'll never tell. Anyway, this game basically has 2 sections that we have to build. We have the pal play area and the death murder pachinko machine. At the start of the jam, it was just me and Logan. Logan took the pachinko machine and I did the pal area. Logan got the pachinko machine going super fast. He placed a bunch of pegs and a border and let the Unity physics do all the heavy lifting, using a bouncy physics material. He had done it so quickly he had time to start working on the look of the machine. Meanwhile, I'm here with my default textures. But we chatted for a bit and we ended up swapping scenes. That way Logan can make the pal area, not dog shit, and I can focus on bringing out more of the pachinko scene. An easy way to do that is to make the camera a lot more dynamic, which is something I'm actually pretty good at. I basically went absolutely mental. I angled the camera upwards and cranked out a bunch of math to perfectly frame the action. And boom! Just like that, the pachinko scene feels way more dynamic. And that's where we ended day 1. Day 2 started off by combining the scenes and improving Pal Town. Logan and Andrew cooked on the pals, while I started working on gameplay in the pal area. But just before I work on the gameplay, it'd be sick if we could get the pals to ragdoll in the pachinko machine. That would make watching the pals die so much more enjoyable. Okay, never mind. You know what this game needs? Slave labor. I added activity buildings to the game. That way you can build a mine and make your pals actually useful. The pals look pretty boring just standing there getting money. If they walked into the mine to work, you'd just never see them, right? So there should also be a building to deposit the goods, and then you can more visually see where the money is coming from. Making the worker pals walk back and forth will add more movement to the pal area, which will make it seem a lot more interesting. Back over to the boys, they've given the pals dialogue and emotional reactions. The pals are definitely starting to feel alive now. which is perfect. That way you feel the guilt. But yeah, that's it for day 2. Not too much interesting stuff. Okay, now we're starting to get into the meat of the development. There's a few pretty interesting things here. For the pals, Andrew and Logan created a procedural pal generator so that every pal is unique. They each have a random color, random outfit, and a random name, which is generated from a pool of first and last names. Now that adds a lot of variety to the town scene. I remember we were all sitting in Discord, just coming up with funny potential names and generating a ton of pals, being like, that one's called Iron Balls. The pals are really cute. It's pretty fun to just watch them hang out and walk around. Can you shut the f up? God, so spoiled. Also, our 4th member of the squad was finally able to work on the game, Simon. He started working on the 3D models for the Palchinko machine and the Pal Town buildings, which have been placeholder up to this point. And suddenly we're on day 4. The final day. It's juice time. Time to add all the details to really make the game feel great. We also have to accept that we have to cut a lot of the features we wanted to add, but it's fine. In game development, an underrated skill is your ability to pivot. We now just have one goal, and that's to make one standout moment. We want to make the first pal murder really memorable, and put all our effort into that moment. The more attached the player is to the first pal, the more impactful the reveal is going to be. So we gave the first pal a really likable name. Happy Pal Pants! Logan gave him some unique dialogue to introduce the game to the player, and also so that the player knows that his favorite game is Palchinko. He's also the only pal that has no custom outfit, just a base monkey. But there is one crucial detail that I need to be putting in all my effort into: the death. We need to create as much impact as possible when a pal dies. As the person with the most experience voice acting cute animals in pain, it makes sense that I'm the one to take this job. I mean, it's concerning how good I am at screaming with such intensity. I put a bunch of work into making the death really crunchy and gory, and here it is in game. That should get a pretty decent reaction. And now the deadline is really starting to close in. At this point, everyone's been working super hard and we're all kinda cooked. Everyone was so toasted that I was the only one still trying to add features until the very last minute. I was adding features and Logan was dedicated to building and uploading the game, while Andrew and Simon worked on the itch page. And before we knew it, it was over. In the end, we did miss a few last minute features, like this light ring thing around the pegs, but it's fine. Everything the game needed was in the final build. There were a few bugs, but nothing game breaking, and now our fate is out of our hands. We just have to wait and see what the community thinks. Our game is doing pretty well. Apart from the first day, for the rest of the week, our game has been consistently in the top 10 most popular games in the jam. Let's read some comments so we can get a feel for how people reacted to our game. What the actual hell? I don't know how to feel about myself after enjoying this game. Look, don't question it, bro. It's a really comfy and adorable city builder for little monkeys. Don't read any other comments. Trust me, bro. Connor needs to play this one. Maybe we need to make the pals pay more taxes? He put joke, but he shouldn't be joking. Cute monkey with a funny voice.
Well, you know who did the voice? It's Wittily Makers on the cut.
SFX and VFX are great. That's literally me. Can your pals? Yep, that was a fun and completely standard Pachinko game. Help, I need an adult, please. Seems our game was received well, but was it received well enough to make the top 20 overall? Okay, after a bunch of fuckery that I can't be bothered explaining, it's been like 2 weeks since the end of the rating period, and now Connor is streaming all the games in the top 20. Our game actually ended up being 3rd overall in the ratings. The only category we weren't rated in the top 20 was fun and game design. We were watching Connor's stream in the Discord with some friends, and because the overall wasn't released on the website, the first thing you see when you click on the results is the fun and game design category. Connor didn't realize that, and he just assumed that was the top 20. But we realized 2 games into the stream what was happening. Basically what happened was Connor played the wrong games for 10 hours before realizing. And that was the most stressful 10 hours I've had watching a stream. We all had this feeling of being giga scammed the whole day. Out of all the categories too. The one that we're not... We waited for so long. But Connor did realize, and guess what the first game he played was?
Connor, you can't do this to us.
All right, let's go through these games then. Next up we have Palchinko Plaza.
That's us!
Yay!
That's us!
What you doing?
Holy shit.
Let's go!
Oh!
Let's go!
That's us!
To the plaza!
That's us!
Credits Logan, who did the programming and UI. Liam, who did programming and sound.
me!
And who did 3D animation. Sound. What is this?
Oh, they're clicking! They're clicking!
Oh, you can support them. Oh, it's like a team. Super Liam. Okay.
He didn't click on mine!
Oh, what's this? Palchinko! That's my favorite game!
Oh my god.
Click on me to bring me to the Palchinko icon.
Oh, it didn't work.
Let's play!
No.
You get a gamba?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, it's like the chicken game, bro. Oh god, I knew it was gonna be like the fucking chicken game.
He kept playing our game for a little bit and murdered a bunch of pals, but there wasn't too much content in our game, so he moved on. After he played through all the games he missed, he announced all the winners, and unfortunately, we weren't chosen. I guess we're not widowily goaded. Guess I gotta return the 50 new Lamborghinis. Even though we didn't win, I'm still proud of the game we made. And hey, the reaction on stream and from the community made it all worth it anyway. So hey, I can't say I'm too disappointed. I got to make a game with my friends, we tried something different, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun. And that's what really matters. Shout out to Suspicious Jam, the homeboys who I was working with. They made King of Ping Pong. If that looks interesting, you can go check that out on Steam. And guys, did you know only 0.1% of you are actually subscribed? Which is just mental. So if you can sub, that'd mean the world to me. We're pushing for 1%, guys. I think we can do it. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.